Hello all. Today's video is about how to be a master in building automated Excel dashboards by means of avoiding common mistakes in if functions. People will do unknowingly this kind of mistakes. Yes, you can think how they will do unknowingly. But the truth is, if functions like sum if, average if, count if, and if logical functions, we will use whenever we are handling large and big data. And identifying the mistakes for the n number of formulas is not a practically possible one. During my earlier days of dashboard creation, I faced this challenge. Later I learned and I created the mistake proof dashboards. Now I will show you how I did this. Alright, I will explain the secrets. We'll start from range cells should not be locked. So people will forget to lock the ranges. So we'll move to sum if function. So here I have a data of sales region wise, state wise, product wise. Now we will calculate the sales volume in region wise. So here we will start sum if range is region, and I am wantedly not locking the cells, and I comma, and criteria is north, comma, sum range is sales. So that's all, formula completed. We'll drag down the formula to another cells. Here you can see second formula range got moved automatically, but we have the range from fourth row, but it got moved automatically. Let's say if you are selecting last formula means again it got moved. So what will happen while calculating? Formula will not consider these first three rows. In this condition, let's say this south is west, means this value will not get changed. Same, it was 260 only coming, but ideally it should be 360. So you can see the impact of this, and hopefully you understood this also. So we have to lock the ranges. Here I will show you. Now I will lock. So we will start from scratch. Sum if I selected the range and criteria and sales volume, selected and locked. Formula done. Now we'll drag down. So now you can see 360 sales volume came for west region. So you can cross check the formula also, the range didn't get changed. Hopefully you understood this. We'll move to second one. Use reference cell for conditions instead of typing in formulas. Yes. People might be type the conditions in formula. So same we will take it as sum if will take it as for example. Here I used the reference F4 criteria. For criteria I used the F4 reference cell. Instead of F4 we can type directly also. Let's say I will show you north. I typed. The number will come same only. It will not change. But the concern is, let's say that particular product supply is stopped to the north region, and I introduce the same product to northeast region. So to change the calculation, I have to edit the formula in all cells. Let's say I used the reference cell for the criteria, means here F4 itself I can change northeast one time, and it will not going to disturb all formula cells. Hopefully you understand this also. We'll move to third one. criteria range and reference cell should be match 100%. Yes, as already I told, we will use these if functions whenever we are handling large data. So here we are calculating for north region. Here north region data is there and south. So north region I am adding here one space extra. So now you can see sale volume come as 0. But actually we have 180 number sale. But here it was coming as 0. Why? Because this space is there in region 8th row. So we should be very clear and we should be very confident that data is very clean before using if functions. Otherwise if functions will not give the exact values. Hopefully you understand this also. We'll move to next. Hide the reference cell or put the password for the cells. Yeah. So we will create the dashboards and reports and we will give it to our team members for day-to-day usages. So might be what will happen, these reference cells, they will edit something unknowingly while using the data, or else here as I showed already, here they will add something else. What will happen, this and all will lead to the wrong number which will make impact in your decision making. So what I am suggesting, we have to hide these cells or else we have to lock these cells to avoid the editing. So which will help to maintain your data in accurate manner. Hopefully you understand this also. We'll move to next. Don't use the same criteria range for multiple condition. Yes. We'll take an example from CountIf. So here we have a data set of active and inactive employees in department wise, gender wise. So here I calculated for two genders in my past video. Let's say we have to calculate for third gender also, transgender. So we want to calculate means, what I am suggesting, we have to include one more column like male female. We have to include transgender also. After that we can use the sum formula to submit based on the requirement. So usually people what will do, they will use the already we used this gender criteria range to calculate the male. Same criteria range we should not use to calculate the transgender in same formula. Let's say I will show you the example. Now I am adding one more if. So here the criteria range 3 is similar, same range. Sorry, I wrongly edited the formula. Yes, so criteria range, I am adding one more criteria range. So C3 to C10 and I am putting this transgender also. So I lock the cell, I closing the bracket and I am giving. See now 0 is coming, but actually male employees we have in HR department. Because of the same criteria we are using for second condition, it was throwing error. So hopefully you understand this also. We should not use the same criteria range for multiple conditions. We have to use another one column and we have to submit or subtract it based on the requirement. Hopefully you understand this also. We'll move to next one. Incorrect syntax. This is very much important. Here I will show you the sum if. So I am correcting the last what I mistake did. I am correcting that. Okay, so syntax is nothing but this comma and quotation marks, this and all we will call as syntax. So there are two options how to use this syntax accurately. Here we will start to type the formula. Here itself suggestion will come. First we have to select the range, next comma and space, criteria and comma. Hopefully the screen is visible or else I will zoom it. Yeah, so now you can able to see while typing the formula itself, Excel will suggest a range we have to select and we have to use comma, and one space we have to put and we have to select the criteria and comma. The syntax Excel itself will suggest. We have to use this suggestion and we have to write the formula accordingly. This is one way. Second way is we can click this function simple and we have to select the sum if and you have to click the button next. So here range column will be there. So we have to select the range. After that, clicking by this column, this cell, criteria. So criteria we can select and sum range. We can select the sum range. So this is also another way to avoid the mistakes. So if you are using this any one of these two, you can able to eliminate the errors in syntax. Hopefully you understand this also. I am zooming. Okay, yeah, so we'll move to last one. So wrong logical text. Yeah, I will show you the example of count if. So logic is very much important. Based on your logical input only further values will be calculated. So we'll go to the if function. Here we used in my first video, if you are seeing means I used and function comma or functions in if function. So whenever you are writing the logics, these and if have to start initially. If you are seeing and means I started and initial itself, and or also you can see at start itself I started. Instead of starting at initial, maybe you will think we have to put it on, you, you have to put it between the first and second logics. Usually the logic also while speaking it will come like that only. So we will think, let's say I kept like that, but the formula will not work. So we have to understand the logical text, how we have to use, where we have to use. Hopefully you understand this also. Use these secrets to avoid the mistakes in your dashboards, which will you make more stronger in your decision making. Hopefully you liked the video. Subscribe me if you want this kind of more videos. Thank you.